Hey, yo, flyers! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am the Flying Fabio and welcome back to the channel. Hello, hello, everybody. I've been saying hello on chat this whole time. NDB, you got it, Matsu. You got it. Funny you guys are focusing on that. Funny indeed. Funny indeed. Yeah, because that is That is what we're doing today. Spicy. That's right, Ninja. It is spicy indeed. Hey, DC, you want bad weather? Go to Canada. It's as simple as that. All right. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? How's it going? Yes, Mechanical, but should be a lot of fun, man. NDB, listen, if you can navigate NDB, you can navigate anything else. This is the foundation right here, but it's one of the hardest ones. So it's not where we started, right? Oh yeah. Oh, happy coffee, everybody. That's right, Rock. Hello, aye, good morning. Gotta get that coffee, aye, it's early. Hey, Flying Turtle. Great to see you back, man. Thank you for that sub. 6 months, man. Let's go. Oh yeah, Matsu, I'm having a great day, man. But I just realized my coffee's a little weak. I gotta drop some extra beans in there. Hey, Flying Turtle, great to see you, man. Ogdenus, it is 9:06 a.m. here. 9:06 a.m. here. Zesran, what's up, buddy? Moose Knuckle. Hello, guys. Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Hey, Noise Boy Mike. Sorry, man, I missed your good morning. How's it going? Yeah, Merlin, I agree. Positivity is so important to having a happy existence. Every day I remind myself that I have a great family, I'm being paid, and nobody is shooting at me. Or at least not that you know, Merlin. They could be shooting, they're just missing. You don't know for sure. But at least they're missing. That's another positive thing, right? Yeah. Hey, that's it, man. That is it. David Lewis, let's go, sir. Let's go. Hello, everybody. DC, I have no doubts. Alpha Whiskey's here. Hello. Hump Day. Scooter, what's going on, buddy? Guys, did some DCS flying yesterday. After the stream, even. With my buds. And it was awesome. My buds. Who's my buds? Any of you guys. We had a bunch of you guys in DCS yesterday. We had a blast, man. We had a blast. Hey, Fake Wayne. How's it going? Oh, 777. What is that? Yes. EJ. It's going awesome, man. It's going awesome. 222. 222. Not a number you see a lot. 222. I like that. What's up, man? How's it going? Hey, Lazy Balancer. I like that name too. Wait, what are we balancing? That's important here. What are we balancing? Because when you're lazy balancing certain things, it's a lot riskier than other things, right? We are in Canada. Oh, Canada. Oof. Okay, I'll stop. Oh, see? It's getting better. Actually, that was worse than the other day, wasn't it? The timing is off, but they're here. Morning, cats. All right, 2 triples, that's right. Philippe, bonjour. Bonjour, monsieur. Mon ami, ça va? Okay, where are we? Let's have a look-see. Do you recognize that area? Oh, HVAC systems. Not the balancing I was thinking about, Lazy. But that's awesome, man. Hey, Marwaz, how's it going? No, I heard about it, haven't seen it, Marwaz. All right, if we zoom out a little bit, we'll see. Oh. Ooh, Newfoundland. And Labrador. Oh. Yes. Quite north. I wouldn't say remote. There's a lot of little places around here. But one of the advantages of this place is that the weather sucks, right now at least, and look, there's an NDB right there. Yeah, today we're NDBing. That's right. By the way, you you want to get to know Canada? This is welcome to Mary's Harbor. Here's the airport diagram. Yeah. You have 3 instrument approaches to a gravel strip. Welcome to Canada. That's right. That is correct. We're going to be attempting to land from an NDB approach onto a gravel strip that you can see just to the right of the water there. Yeah, Rodolphson, exactly. Yeah, it looks, well, I mean, the place is beautiful. The weather now kind of sucks. Here's what it would look like if the weather was nice. Hey, Zasran, I see you there, buddy. I see you there. Oh, wow. There's our gravel strip, and it's short. Ooh, man. Look at this place. Whew. Wow. But, right now, little live weather action. Okay. Now, I think we have enough. Visibility and ceiling to land from this approach. But if not, we may have to go somewhere else. All right. Pea soup indeed. Indeed. It is a beautiful place, Matsu. It really is. It really is. Oh, let's see. Aye. Closes tomorrow, and I'm in a plane to Atlanta for graduation for my daughter at grad school. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations, first of all, to your daughter, man. And to you. Lots of stress, Flavo 370. I hear that. Good luck, aye. Good luck, sir. Nice. All right. So, NDB today. Go back to the sim. But we're actually not going to use the sim right off the bat. We're gonna use a simulator before we use the simulator. Let's see here. Merlin. Same here, buddy. Same here. But if you understand NDB navigation, the rest is cake. That's right, Flying Turtle, we are. We're going to simulate the simulator. How are we going to do that? Let me see, around here. How are we going to do that? With this guy. Oh, hey, hello. What? Anybody knows this one? Anyone knows this one? DC, no, I didn't. Well, I mean, maybe other people ignored you. I didn't ignore you. I just looked at you weird. Oh, aye. Hey, buddy. Listen. Ready or not, right? Ready or not. So just do your best, man. That's all you can do. Simulatorception. That's right. Guys, this right here is a very cool bit of software. It's not free, but I'm on a 10-day trial, so yay. It's by Luis Monteiro, a flight instructor who created this really awesome little sim here. I'm adding the link to his website, to Nightbot, so prepares his body. So if you go like this, you get the little link to his website if you want to go check this out. It's a very powerful simulator. You can do a lot of stuff with this, as you'll see. We're not going to use all the features today, but we're definitely going to use it to try and understand a little bit better what NDB navigation really is, right? So we have a beautiful rainy background here. I recommend you grab a cup of your best beverage as we're going to dive into NDB navigation. Yeah, DC. I should contact him. There we go. Okay, Gorlo. Morning, sir. Ei, descansa em paz. Tudo bem, mano. Tudo bem. E você? Confusing it what it really is. Yes, it can be. But Rock, I'll tell you, once it clicks, it doesn't unclick. You don't forget it after that. It may take 100 tries before it clicks, if you're me. But once it clicks, it's there. So that's what we're going to try today. We're going to try and make it click, right? Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. All right, guys, as usual, I will take it easy on the pace. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to stop me, ask me in chat. Yeah, DC. I'm not sure thermodynamics ever sinks. It's not as bad as quantum mechanics, but I'm not sure it ever sinks in, really. As much as you just get used to it. Ognitus. Right here, buddy. If you do a exclamation point sim, or exclamation mark sim. Hey, Spitfire, how's it going? You'll get a website for the author who sells this tool. This tool costs $40. But it has a 10-day trial. So that's what I'm on now. Nice boy, Mike. You excited about learning some NDB? Cool, man, because I'm excited to teach it. Yay, big guy. I'm doing fantastic, man. Thanks. How are you? Look at this little awesome sim we have here to play with. I wish my camera could extend. I could put all my hands and arms over it and point at stuff. It'd be great. Exactly, DC. Exactly. Exactamundo. Okay. So, guys, we should probably start with what is NDB. And not that we're going to take half an hour into the workings of an NDB, like we did with VOR. I think VOR has a lot more complexity, but also interesting facts about it. So we went over how a VOR radio happens, for example. But NDB is a lot simpler than that. As a matter of fact, VOR is much, much more recent than NDBs, right? NDBs have been around for a long time. And it simply is a radio station. Okay? I've heard of those before. You can listen to the music on those. You can talk. Yeah, okay, it's just a radio station. And it's transmitting a signal. Okay, cool. And you can pick up that signal. Great. But the thing about an NDB, and that's what's really cool about it, that's why it's used for navigation, is that once you receive that signal, the method through which you receive that signal, which we're going to talk about, can tell you not only, oh, hey, I got the signal, but where, in what direction that signal is coming from. And that's pretty handy, right? Because I could put an NDB right at the smack dab in the middle of an airport and then tell planes, hey, if you just fly to this NDB, when you're over it, well, you're over the airport, right? All right, cool. So, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Okay, cool. The how it determines the direction is super clever, very simple, and works every time, right? A radio signal, guys, is an electromagnetic signal. I think most people know that, right? It's a radio wave. It's an electromagnetic wave traveling through space. Great. And then you need an antenna, right, to receive this signal and make this energy into something you can use. Okay, cool. Well, the antenna for an NDB is a loop. It's a circle, hollow in the middle, right? You could make one with wire if you wanted to. It wouldn't be a great one, but it could work, right? So it literally is a circle. Hello, Slab. How's it going, man? Ha, DC, trick question. That circle can be rotated around its axis. So imagine a circle, right, made of wire, and you dangle it. You're hanging it from a little motor up here. And with this motor, you can turn the circle 360 degrees. Great. Why would you want to do that? Well, because the orientation of the circle, right, when receiving that signal, will determine how much of the signal actually goes through. Meaning, if you have the circle facing where the signal is coming from, the signal is coming from you guys straight to me, right? And I have the circle here flat onto that signal. That is the strongest that I can receive that signal. When I rotate this circle and I expose less and less of that circular area, and eventually it just becomes a sliver, right? I can still receive the signal, but it's less, right? So if I measure that strength of the signal, I keep rotating the circle, keep rotating the circle, keep rotating the circle, and I keep looking at the strength of the signal. And when it's strongest, that means, hey, I'm 90 degrees to where the signal is coming from. Great. Let's tell the pilot that. Put an arrow in the cockpit. Once this is figured out, they can point to where the station is. It's literally that simple. If you don't get that picture in your mind yet, nowadays I think most people know what ring lights are, right? You know, a little ring light that content creators have, people use for taking pictures, selfies, and stuff like that. Right. That's an NDB antenna. That's it. It's a circle, hollow in the middle, and you can rotate it. And by rotating, you find the strongest signal. And when you find the strongest signal, you know, aha, that direction is where the radio station is at. Skippo, what's up, man? Let's see. Should use a Yagi instead. No possibility of aligning it backwards. Used to fly a SAR, or search and rescue asset, and DF, or direction finder, to 121.5 beacons. 121.5, guys, is emergency, right? If you crash, it's an emergency frequency. You should only use that frequency in an emergency. So search and rescue people are always listening to those frequencies, to listen not only for maybe somebody talking on a frequency, but especially for a beacon from an ELT, an emergency locator transmitter. Those are the little radio transmitters that exist in the vast majority of aircraft, almost every aircraft. And they're G triggered. So if you crash and you go over a certain G, they trigger automatically. They start sending this beacon. It's a ping, from what I understand. It's an audio signal via VHF, so that search and rescue people can pick it up and hopefully find the crash, right? It is basically an NDB. It's a direction finder. So in their aircraft, they'll have a little pointer that points to where the signal is coming from. It's an NDB. It's the same thing. That's so cool that you're here, Marlene, because I didn't know you did that, man. Yeah, we could home to any signal in the right band. That's right. That's right. That's so cool, man. So cool. All right. Everybody with me so far? I mean, I think so, right? It's not earth-shattering. And it's not revealing yet. It's just, okay, how does it work? Well, it's a circle antenna, and by rotating it, you can tell where the signal is coming from. Great. Okay, cool, Ninja. Got it. Hey, Favela, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. So, that's how it works, meaning that's how we can tell where it's coming from. Now, one thing we can't tell is distance. DME, right, attached to a VOR nowadays can tell distance, no problem. Well, remember, that came later. That came after NDB. That's a more sophisticated way of navigating than an NDB. An NDB can tell you the direction to it, but that's it. You don't know how far you are, right? So, it's not ideal. There's better things, obviously, nowadays than it, and that's why we don't really use NDBs anymore. But for a long time, that's all you had. Well, we had AN ranges too. But we're gonna leave that for the history of aviation navigation stream. Which, by the way, I just found another website today that I keep accumulating to create the script for it. Newer ELTs actually only have a very weak 121.5 beacon. They use 406 megahertz to send their lat long NID to a network of satellites called COSPAR and SARSAT. Ooh. LORAN was long-range DC, so LORAN wasn't found in small aircraft like a Piper Arrow, for example. I mean, technically you could install it, but it was ridiculously expensive. So, people just used NDBs. Okay, cool. So, imagine now that that's all you have. You have an arrow in your cockpit, which in the sim here is the little yellow arrow, right? See this little yellow guy right there? That's it. That's it. That's our little pointer to the NDB. And by the way, the simulator is not running right now, but everything here is connected. So you can see, this is our map. You can see my little aircraft here, right? And in front of us, we have two symbols. There's a hexagon, and there's a couple of concentric circles here, right? You guys know which is which. Remember, this is a standard, right? It's in Jepson charts. It's in all kinds of charts. No, it's not connected to MSFS at all. This is thanks for the question, Ninja. I should have said that. This is completely independent from the sim, right? Oh, really, Matsu? Interesting. Ooh, probably mainly because of the Malaysia 777. All right, cool. So yes, the hexagon here, the hexagon is an NDB, or sorry, it's a VOR. Sorry, it's a VOR. We see this in charts, in navigational charts, approach charts. It's convention to use a hexagon as a VOR symbol. Great. The other one, also convention for an NDB. So in the sim here, I can turn on a second nav aid. For example, I just turned on another VOR here, and it is a hexagon, but it also has a box around it. What's the box around it for? So I can turn that on and off. I can turn my NDB on and off, but I cannot turn off VOR1. So that VOR1 stays on the map, but we're not using it today. We're just going to use the NDB. Okay? Yeah, because the Malaysia and the Air France crashes, right? Right. Hey, Kingsman. Hello, sir. How is... Hey, Mr. 90, by the way, good job with the VOR and NDB. You too, DC. How's Liverpool today? Drago in. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. All right. So, let me see here. Navigate information. Okay. I want to see if I could move the NDB to the center. I guess I can, just here on the map. Okay, cool. And notice what happens to the yellow indicator as I move the NDB around. Again, simulation is not flying, but it is all connected, right? So if the NDB is in front of the aircraft, that arrow, the yellow arrow, now I know the aircraft is pointed that way, but I mean, imagine yourself inside the aircraft, right? And look at where the NDB is. It's in front of you. Well, then the yellow arrow is pointing in front of you. All right. All right, cool. Yes, it does. Demo down. It does have an NDB. It does have an NDB. Check it out. If we go back in. Nope, not that one. This guy right here is our NDB. Well, it's our ADF. In the aircraft, the equipment is called ADF because it's an automatic direction finder. The station itself is called an NDB because it's a non-directional beacon. Non-directional beacon. Yes, exactly, David Lewis. You got it. You got it. Bom dia, Naga. Tudo bem? Ah, cool. Demo down. So it's going to be interesting on NDBs today, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. I like the rain noise. Let's leave that in the background. All right. All right, cool. So I'm going to take the NDB now, and I'm going to move it off to the right, off of the right wing here. So off of the right wing of the aircraft. Look at where that arrow is pointing now, right? You're sitting in the cockpit. You're looking forward. That arrow is saying, hey, man, it's over there. It's off to the right. Okay. If I put it behind the aircraft... points behind. Maybe you get it, right? It points to wherever the station is in relation to the aircraft. Okay. Cool. Everybody on? Colchix! Hey, dude. How's it going, man? Thank you very much. A 5-month streak. That's awesome, buddy. Thank you very much. Magic, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that.
Hey, dude.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, Ninja. I have seen that too. It's amazing. Hey, greetings from Poland. Hey, Magic. That's awesome, man. Thanks for being here. Turn the heading to show arrow does not move. Yes, we're going to do that next, Vex. Exactly. Vex, come on, man. Great minds think alike. Let's go. We're very much awake, says the Pixie. Nice. All right, so now we've moved the NDB a bunch and saw how the needle will always point to it. Great. Now I'm going to move the heading of my aircraft. The heading of my aircraft. And this might break your brain already. So check this out. I'm going to move it in 10-degree increments. How did that go? How did that go? Let's do. Okay, so, right? Because now The NDB is behind me, so the needle points behind me. So always, always when you imagine what this is, when you're trying to take in that information, look in the middle. You see that little aircraft, that orange aircraft drawn in the middle there on top of the needle? It's to try and remind you that, hey, your frame here is seen from above with the aircraft facing up. And so if the needle is facing down, just look at the aircraft and you'll see it's pointing to behind the aircraft. Yeah. You guys with me? Hello, Dougal. How's it going? It is very interesting. Very interesting. And Destin is a great host, you know? Nice. Okay, so we can see here that my heading will change what that needle looks like simply because that needle is obliged to always point to the NDB. What happens if I move the aircraft around? Again, the arrow continues to point to the NDB. It has no choice. It has no choice. Okay? Now, we aren't navigating. We're just trying to understand what the instrument actually does. Matsu. Yeah, BRLO, it's great software, man. Great software. I recommend you go check it out. Hello! Hey, hungover starts. Beleza, mano? Bom dia. Ah, Mr. 90. You're thinking ahead. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. Now, you need to learn one more thing about this instrument, and this is where a lot of confusion begins. Okay? So if you get confused, that's fine. You were supposed to. You're on track. Okay? We will deconfuse afterwards. All right. Right, David Lewis. You're talking about the card? You're talking about the card, right? Okay, that's what we're going to talk about now. Waiting to be confused. Right. Right. Okay, so. Him to initial my logbook in lieu of paying for ground school course. All right, so now, why do I have this magnetic compass card here? And by the way, that card didn't move. Did you see that I turned the aircraft? And look, this card here, look at my directional gyro, guys. This is showing my heading at the top. So when I change my heading, that card changes, right? So does my magnetic compass at the top here, right? Those two have to change because they are linked to my magnetic compass, to my heading. But the one down here isn't. Why? Why would that not be linked? Why is it static? What do you think? Right, so David Lewis, it's not confusing yet. It's just that it doesn't turn. Doesn't turn. But it does turn. What? Come on, who's going to help me out? Well, yes. Yes. Ah, Dragwini says, saying the knob. Yeah, and Gorlo said relative versus magnetic, right? Hey, Canaron, hello, sir. You can sync it manually to your actual heading. That's true. Vex, that's true. So look, my heading right now is 045, I think, right? Okay. So yes, I can come over here and I can say, hey, let's go to 045. There. You can do that. Sure. But if you could do that, why don't you just do that automatically? I mean, this guy does it automatically, right? When I turn the aircraft, that turns. So why can't I just turn this? Right, DC, exactly. It's not radar-based, Popper, no. And hello, by the way. That's right, DC. That's right. So, why? Why would that be? Why would that be? Well, I suppose I can think of two things, right? One is that it's cheaper to do it this way. That's true. That could be. We know stuff in aviation is really expensive, so that could be one of the things. Sure. Yeah, Vex. That's funny. Or the other thing I can think of, I don't know yet, maybe you guys can help me. I don't know yet when I would want this sort of capability feature, but what I'm thinking is this, is the other scenario is instead of just being to cheap it out, it's because I may want to set something here different from my heading. I mean, I don't know that that's it. I'm just thinking, right? Thinking out loud. That's another possibility, is for some reason I would want this to be different than my heading. But if that's the case, when would I want that? Hey, Matt. I'm doing well, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Well, and hey, maybe you can help me with some DCS stuff. Yeah, you were doing great, man. Thanks. I love the stream. And yeah, glad I rated you. Dragoween says to intercept a radio. So, first of all, Dragoween. Philippe says to intercept a bearing. So yeah, Dragoween. We don't use the term radio with NDBs. We always talk about radios, but radios are for VORs only. Look, technically, it's about the same thing, but it's not really, so we don't like to confuse the terms. So when you talk NDBs, that nomenclature is going to be very important. Use the term bearing. Bearing, right? Which we used before too. But in NDBs, don't use radios. Radios, reserve that for VORs. All right. Well, and Scooter, I have a feeling that we're going to learn a lot over there too, right? Yes, sir. Right, NDBs don't have radios, but they do have bearings. They do have bearings. What do you mean by that? Well, I mean, it's not that it has bearings. The NDB doesn't really send out radios. A VOR will send out, remember how we looked at how it does it with two different signals to figure out what radio you're on? So it's more complicated. NDB sends one signal out. And the signal does not have any direction information. The only way to tell direction is by rotating that NDB antenna that we talked about. Right? That's how you can determine where the station is. The station is not sending its position or bearing or anything else. It's only up to you and your antenna. But you can then determine that, hey, let's move this around, right? To here. Hey, look, that NDB is off to my left, right? I don't know, about 40 degrees or so, right? Actually, it's more than that. It's about 50 degrees. Okay. All right. So what does that tell you precisely, right? Because, I mean, I get it. It's off to your left a little bit, but, I mean, do you know where you are? Can you tell the bearing? Can you tell the bearing that you're at? So, let's pretend that this was a VOR. It's not. It's an NDB. But I want to tell my bearing from that NDB, meaning if I had a map and I knew where the NDB was, since I know the way to the NDB, I should be able to draw a line from the NDB to where I am and say, hey, I'm on that bearing. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Andrew. Oh, on Forder. Oh, that's awesome, Andrew. That's great, man. Yeah, I've been doing some VOR stuff here too. So, hey, that's great that we're sort of, you know, on the same step. Yeah, Lefty. Yes. Now, I suspect, Lefty, that nowadays they can do that without moving parts. You know what I mean? Just like we can do synthetic radar now and guide the radar beam without moving parts, right? Just solid state stuff. So I think they do solid state nowadays. But yes, the original is absolutely like that. Yep. Okay, so my question to you guys right now is, you can look at the map, you can tell me to do whatever you want me to do. I want you to tell me what bearing from this NDB am I on? So imagine the NDB, if you know VORs, if you were here for the VOR lessons, imagine the NDB is really a VOR, and I want to know the radio that you're from. The radio, sorry, that you're on. We call it a bearing because it's an NDB, but it's the same thing, right? So imagine a line coming off of the NDB towards the aircraft, right? And obviously here north is up. So what bearing would I be on? 280, says Lefty. Maybe. BR Low says, turn the dial to match your heading. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Turn the dial until it matches my heading. So my heading is 045. So let's turn this. You're saying put 045 here also, right? Okay, let's do that. I don't know yet how that's going to help, but let's do it. Oops. Okay. So I matched the heading. What else do you guys want me to do? Mer was. All right, BR, we got it. Andrew saying about 205 from the NDB. Okay. He's bearing QDM or QDR. You got me on those terms. I gotta look him up. One is to, one is from. I don't remember which is which. Okay, so. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, boarding. Thank you. So QDR. QDR. Okay, so I got Sig, dude. Hey, Sig, what's up, man? Saying it's 170. Mechanical said 165 or something. Yeah, Wookie 170. Okay. How are you guys getting that? Let's try and... Okay, bearing 350, says BR. Okay. Eblan 170. New spawns 171. QDM 350, says Philippe. Okay. How are you guys getting that? And what is QDM? What's QDR? Right. So, a bunch of people already said here in chat because I didn't remember. QDM is 2. Remember the VOR terminology 2, a course 2? QDM in the world of NDB navigation. That's what we call that. Or if it's from, right? Bearing from in the VOR world. In here we call it a QDR. So you see Philippe says QDM 350, QDR 170. What he's doing is, yes, you guys are reading the end of the arrow here. So if you turn this compass card to match your heading, you can read the QDR on the tail 170. And you can read the QDM 2 on the head 350. Meaning, if I want to fly to that NDB right now, I have to turn left to a heading of 350. Okay? Hey, Goblin Zeus, what's up, man? All right, buddy. I hope you're having a good day at work. Vex, that's a great way to remember it. QDM is course to mum. Mum being the NDB, right? That's cool. All right, Ninja, nice. All right. Now, because this is a simulator, I can do some cool stuff. Like, for example, show bearing. Oh, yeah, look at that. And it even says 3512 with a little arrow that way. So that's the QDM. Okay, cool. And if I move the aircraft around, what if I go like over here? Well, I haven't changed my heading, right? My heading is still 045, so 045 is still on the card. So again, I can just go to the head to read my QDM, and it looks like it's 28 something, right? 282, 283. It's 282 here. And my QDR would be the opposite of that, right? 102. Click, says Ninja. Nice. Nice. It's starting to click. Nice. Okay. I'm glad I actually remembered things, says Mechanical. That's awesome. Well, almost. Hobana Garrick, you said bearing/radio. You should have said bearing/course. Those are the two opposites, right? Remember, radio is just that one signal going out, but then you call it course or bearing, depending on if you're going to or from. Whoa, Carlo, buddy, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that Prime sub. Thank you, man. Okay, and then the question from Popper says, so if you are on course to the NDB, you set the marker to top, so if you're losing course, you always know how to act the heading. I think I understood it. I think I understood it, Proper. You're saying, let's go to the next step. So Proper is now saying, okay, so now I want to be on course to the NDB. Okay, well, look, where do we turn to? I mean, looking at the map is pretty easy, but just try to look at the instruments for now, right? I could hide the map. Look over here. The needle, right, head is pointing over there, so I know it's to the left, so I know the station is to the left and behind me. Okay, cool. But to know the precise heading I'm going to turn to, then I have to match my heading on the compass card, which I have, 045. Then I can read, okay, it's 282. Okay, cool. So now let's fly, and I'm going to turn this to 282, and we'll see what this looks like. Okay? So we're going to fly. We hit fly. And now I can turn the aircraft. And as I turn, the station that was back there is starting to sweep, because eventually, guys, it has to be in front of me, right? Because I'm turning. So the needle is reflecting that as I turn. And we're going to stop the turn when we're facing the station. I just wanted to get there. Instead of snapping the plane there or even clicking on the map, I wanted to fly there so you saw the transition of that needle. Because the needle, again, the needle always points to the station. It has no clue what you want to do or what you are doing. It's just always going to point to the station. So if you want to fly to an NDB, it's very simple. You literally turn until this is pointing up. I don't even care what's on the card. Just turn until it's pointing up, and you're going to be good to go. I'm trying to remember the... there we go. I didn't remember the keyboard shortcut to to stop turning. So let me do this again. Right, no wind, right? For now, to learn this, we're not going to have any wind. All right. So now we're flying to the station. Cool. Cool. So now, Proper, I think now is what you were saying is now, if I end up drifting a little bit left or a little bit right, I'm going to see that on the needle here, and then I can turn left or right to correct. I think that's what you asked, right, Proper? Almost, George. It's course to bearing from. Course to bearing from. Now I'm going to show the map. And, okay, we're facing the station. I'm not surprised. The needle is pointing up. My little aircraft here symbol, right, is aligned with in the same direction as that arrow. So, yeah, it's pointing to the station. That makes sense. I don't know how far I am. I don't have DME. I can't. That's not what the NDB is for. That's fine. Okay. So now Proper is saying, okay, now we're flying along, and it just so happens that I drift. I'm going to take this bearing off. I'm going to drift a little bit that way. Okay, well, I am a little bit off course, aren't I? Yeah, look at the needle. The needle is already telling me, hey, man, the NDB is no longer ahead of you. It's a little bit to the left, right? So then what do I have to do? Well, I have to correct my heading. So then I turn, and as I turn my heading, and place the station again on the nose, right? Pointing straight up. Then I know, once again, I'm facing the NDB. Now, my bearing now is different, right? Because I'm in a different place in space, right? So, of course, as I move the aircraft around, my bearing is going to be different, right? So, Proper, does that answer your question? Ah, but now the compass is not synced. Yes, right. Yeah, see, Ninja? You see how confusing that is? When you introduce the card rotation, man, it explodes in levels of confusion. Okay, Proper. Got it. Cool. All right. So now we know how to not only navigate to the NDB, that was kind of obvious, right? You just turn until that's pointing on the nose and, well, you're going to the station. But even better, we figured out how to find out my QDR or QDM. The bearing that I'm on from that NDB, right? Or the bearing that I have to fly to that NDB. Yeah? Vex, I'm trying to think about that. If the HSI gyro fails, okay. The ADF needle shows relative. So are you calling the HSI the card? Shows relative to frame and VOR CDI relative to card. That doesn't sound fun. Yep. All right, cool. So, right, we don't have HSI here. We could, but I chose no HSI. By the way, that's another cool setting of this sim here, guys, is trying to remember where that setting is. Oh, here, yeah, panel settings. So VOR, VOR2, or VOR1, VOR2, and ADF. But look at this. I could have a glass cockpit. I could have an HSI. It's pretty cool. Or I could have what I had, a VOR1, VOR... Oh, sorry, no RMI. VOR1, VOR2, and ADF. And I turned off VOR1 and VOR2 because we're not using those guys right now. This sim is pretty awesome. Hey, Two-Tone! Happy Wednesday, buddy. Hump Day. How's it going? Okay, cool. Cool. So, everybody with me? Anywhere now that we put the aircraft, we know that if I put my magnetic compass, or sorry, my compass here aligned with my magnetic heading, it's not right now, so let's do that, right? So I have to put west up there, so we're going to go this way. All right. So now I know, because the headings are aligned, I have to manually do that. I got that part. But I know that if I do that, then I know my QDM up here and my QDR back here. Right? Okay. Rod Solo, what's up, man? How's it going, buddy? Be right back. Gonna grab a bite quickly. Hopefully I don't miss much. All right. Sounds good, Ninja. Sounds good. Okay. Cool. But this is only then one scenario, right? Which was the, hey, we cheaped out. We got an instrument where the magnetic compass doesn't connect to the card. So I have to manually turn the card to my heading anytime I want to figure out QDM, QDR. Okay, that's one scenario. Remember the other scenario? The other scenario I thought was possible, maybe not, but it's possible, right? Is, well, for some reason I might want a different heading here than my current heading. So instead of slaving this to magnetic compass, I said, no. We'll give you control so that you can set that different heading you want. But even though that was a scenario that I imagined, I couldn't come up with when would you want to do something like that? Would you ever want to do something like that? So have you guys been thinking about that? Can we do something like that? Would it be useful? Would it be helpful at all? DC. Oh, okay, when you shoot a non-precision approach. Mr. 90, what do you mean by that? Nah, trash it. What do you mean by that? So, let's do this. Let's look at this chart here, and I'll add our little sim. To the back here, so we can kind of take a look at that and imagine what we may be talking about. As in set to runway heading. Okay, Nick. Mechanical says, I find it handy for the next VOR radio. I set it there, on there, so it reminds me what to change it to when I change VORs. Okay. Cappuccino for Scooter, nice. So NDB approach, when you need to turn to runway heading. Okay, so for example here, guys, on this approach, right? I'm on the opposite side of where the approach actually happens. The approach is the thick black line here. And the approach is outbound, do this procedure turn, and then fly inbound on this 242 to fly over the NDB. And the NDB itself is the missed approach point. If you don't see the airport by the NDB, you have to go around. Okay. All right. So it looks like I have to fly 242 QDM, right? Because I'm flying to mother, QDM for mother. I'm flying to the NDB, to mother. So a QDM of 242. Okay. Okay. But I still don't see how setting this heading. So you guys are saying, go over here and then set 242. Set 242 up here. Is that what you guys were saying? Okay. Oh, you need full fat for a proper cappuccino, don't you, DC? Sinking where, Mike? Knowledge-wise? Ah, okay, Nick. I'm just trying to drag it out of you, man. I'm trying to drag it out of you guys. All right. So Nick says, I think I know where Nick is going. I think I know where Nick is going. So look. Let's try and replicate this approach up here on the map. So I'm going to put the NDB down here, and I'm going to put our aircraft up here. And on a heading of, oh, I don't know. No, this other way. Maybe we're coming down like this, because we're going to try and intercept that 242 to the NDB, right? So, let me see here. Can I do, no, I can do radials. I was trying to see if I could do the bearing that I actually want, not the bearing to the station right now. No, okay. Oh, show reference line relative to Nav 3. Yes. Oh, yes. Reference line course. Let's go 242. Okay. Okay. Cool. What's this? Oh, nice. There we go. That's really what I wanted. Not angle relative to aircraft. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So this is the 242 to the NDB. Just like we have over here, there. I can't get my hands there. On the chart. Just leave the ADF card to end and use relative bearings. Twisting the ADF card on approach is just one more thing to worry about during an already busy time. Single coil, that's another approach. That's right. That's right. Hey, Deuce, what's up, man? Morning. Sorry I'm late. Stuck on the same job as yesterday. So 2-hour drive to the job and 2-hour drive home at the end of the day. Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry. Yeah. Well, at least you can listen to us, hopefully. Philippe says, maintain 197 heading until the air is pointing toward forward to intercept. Well, we can simulate that here, right, Philippe? So we're trying to do, right? We're trying to do what Nick was suggesting. Nick said, hey, if you're going to fly the 242 inbound, and that's what we want to fly here, right? Let's get that off of there so we don't get confused. Okay, so I'm up here somewhere, and you can see that in this map here, right? That's us there. See the map up here? Up there. Right? Okay, so we're up here somewhere, and we're coming down, trying to intercept the 242 onto the NDB. So coming down, trying to intercept the 242 onto the NDB. Okay. So Nick said, put the 242 up on the card. Right? Don't match your current heading. Look, my heading is south right now. I'm heading 180. He said, put the 242 on the card. Okay. And then look what happens as we keep flying south here. Flying south to intercept. And now we're on that 242. But this isn't pointing forward. Right? Well, yeah, think about it. It's pointing to the station. The station is off my right wing here. So it's pointing off to the right. Right? Remember, look at the aircraft symbol here. And look at where the arrow is going to. So it's like the aircraft there, the arrow is going that way. Okay. Okay. So. Oh, I see, Philippe. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Deuce. So. It sounds like putting that 242 on the card here. Well, it didn't help me identify when I needed to turn, did it? Did it? I don't think it helped at all. I don't think it helped at all. I mean, to me, right? Because I don't know. This, just looking here, right? If we don't look at the map, just looking here, I don't know that I've crossed the right bearing. Okay, Nick, right. And by the way, hey, that's why I'm doing this stuff, is because this kind of trial and error is how we learn, right? When you actually see your idea and it did work or it didn't work, right? Then that's when it clicks like, oh, yeah, that's that. Or you go, nah, okay, now I understand why that didn't work. Okay, yeah, there should be a better way. Okay, cool. Now, notice, if we somehow knew that this was the bearing that we needed to be on, if we somehow knew and then turned, if we turned now onto that bearing, or sorry, yeah, of a 242, I think it was, right? Yep. Then yes, of course it's going to be on the nose because we would be pointing to the NDB. But my point was, when you were flying south towards it, right, there's not much in the cockpit to tell you in an easy manner, you've crossed that bearing, it's time to turn. Okay, everybody with me? Well, Lefty. M-Lock. What's up, M-Lock? First of all, hello. A couple of times. There's an emote about it. You guys. Good Fixing says, put your current heading up on the card, then turn as the arrow points to 242. Well, let's try that. Okay, so current heading is south. Not really, it's like 182. So let's put 182 in here. Okay, I think that's our current heading. And then we continue flying, right? Hey, Barley. And let's see what happens now. Keep flying, keep flying, keep flying, keep flying, keep flying, keep flying. Now we're on it. And what does it say? Yeah, okay. Now it's pointing to 242. So now I can turn the aircraft to 242. And now my heading is 242 and this points up, right? And again, here comes the confusing part. Well, the card didn't turn automatically. So now there's a south under the arrow. But hey, man, at this point, that's when your brain has to say, okay, forget that card, right? That card was only there so that I could determine when I was on the right bearing. Okay. They are not synchronized, Neon. They have to be manually synchronized. Okay, so they're not automatically synchronized. When they are synchronized, like now, then you can read on the arrowhead, on the yellow arrowhead, what's called the QDM, or the bearing to the station. So I know now that if I fly a heading of 242, if I turn and fly a heading 242, I'm going to fly towards the station. Or the QDR on the back of the arrow, the tail of the arrow, and that would be 06, in this case, 062. And that's my bearing from the station. So if I'm looking at a map, right, here's a map, and I take my NDB and I draw a line coming out at a heading of 062, a bearing 062, I know I'm somewhere along that bearing, like this says. Okay? So then Philippe says, the only way to be sure that we're flying on the 242 bearing to the NDB is to fly a heading, is to fly a 242 heading with the arrow pointing full forward, right? Well, no, Philippe. I guess maybe depends on how you say it, right? Because you can be on the look, right now, I'm on the 242 bearing, no matter what my heading is. So no matter what this is pointing to, because of the card not being synchronized with my heading now, right? I'm just trying to make the point that no matter what your heading is, you are always here, always on the 242 bearing. Now, the way to find out that you're in the 242, yes, is to synchronize this to your current heading. And when you do that, then you can read, I think it's 2, then you can read here the 242. Does that work? Does that make sense? Okay. I know it's confusing. And if it is confusing, let it be confusing. We just keep hitting these keys. And little by little, that knowledge will cement. Ah, Ninja, there we go. So David Lewis says, still pointless to me. You achieve the same thing, superposing or superimposing the needle on the AHI, on the heading indicator mentally. Right, you could do that. Sure. But you would not be able, if this was a blank card here, David Lewis, right? It was just black. And all you had was the yellow needle. You could still like superimpose it here and say, hey, the station is over there. Yes. But because this needle is not inside that instrument and because you wouldn't have this gradation on the outside, you couldn't tell the exact bearing. You could just say like, look, it looks like it's between, I don't know, 240 and 260, something like that. You couldn't be precise, right? So they give you the card, first of all, to allow you to find precisely what bearing you're on, what bearing to the station, QDM, QDR. Oh, nice, Moose. Good to know. Right, Philippe, I'm on the 242, but not pointing to the station. Exactly, exactly. If you're flying 242 with the needle full forward, you're flying to the station. Exactly, Philippe. Yes. Anytime the needle is straight up, you're flying to the station. No matter what the card says, no matter what. Anytime that the needle is forward, you're flying to the station. So let's over here, needle forward, flying to the station. What if I'm over here? Well, let's turn until the needle is forward, and then we're going to get there, facing the station, right? Here, sure. Let's face the station. Put it forward, you're facing the station, okay? Yes, Robert, I did. I've been doing it all week, and I'm going to do it again today. Really excited about it. Okay, keep in mind the gyro heading indicator needs to be manually synced with magnetic compass every once in a while. Vex, don't go into that for now, buddy. That's going to confuse people. And that's not true of every aircraft. Some are autocorrect. Yeah, Vex. Different names. Normally, here in the United States, this instrument right here is called the directional gyro. The neon tree, we're just learning about NDBs. We're trying to navigate using NDBs. But NDBs are the most confusing nav-aid type to navigate, especially during instrument approaches. Can be very confusing. So, this isn't the only time we're going to talk about NDBs, guys. As a matter of fact, we're not going to finish the lesson today. We're not even close to finishing the lesson today. Hey, Roberto, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. Oh, nice, Marley. See? I did warn you. Oh, Iowa. Hey, buddy. Sorry you missed it yesterday, but it's on VOD. You can go watch it. Okay, so... Oh, what's the question right now? Sorry, Neon. Okay. We're trying to determine how we were going to intercept that 242 bearing to the station. So the scenario, let's go back. The scenario was our aircraft was up here, and we had a heading of south. Okay? And we wanted to know, we didn't have the map, right? We're just in our aircraft looking at the instruments, and we wanted to know when we were on the 242 to turn towards the station. So now that we kind of understand how to determine where we're at, we know where we're at, right? Look, if we want to find out where we're at, guys, how do we do it? Match the heading on the card. So let's go to south here. Okay, the headings match. And then I can read the QDR, the bearing from on the tail of the arrow, right? So it looks like 031, 032, something like that. That is the bearing that I'm at. I know how to do that. Great. What I'm trying to determine now, Neon, is, hey, as my aircraft flies along here, right? I want to know, because again, I don't have the map, right? In reality, this is all I have.
I want to know, hey, how do I know when I am on that bearing 242 so that I can then turn my aircraft to it and shoot the approach? Or fly to the NDB? That's the question. Okay? Right. But Philippe, you're correct. You're on the 242. Look, when the needle points to 242. But that only works, we determined this by trial and error. That only works if you have your heading up here. Remember, one of the things we tried up there was, hey, let's put 242 up there. Since we have to fly the 242, put 242 up there. So we did that. And then we realized as we flew along that when we got to the bearing, it didn't help. There's nothing here really to tell me easily. I could do the math, but easily that I'm on the right, that I'm here, that I'm in this position, right? What I'm trying to determine is when do I cross that bearing, because that's when I need to turn to the NDB. Okay, we're on the same page. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's see. True, but still doesn't have to be done manual. What are we talking about, Andrew? So, Neil says, so do VOR alignment with NDB. All right, I'm trying to imagine what that means. Oh, by the way, proper head question. How far are these NDBs? Oh, it's NDB, not NBS. NDB, position from each other. Is it always like 2 overlapping so you can navigate from one to the next? Oh, that's a good question. Or you put next heading from flight plan in and wait until you catch next section. That's a great question, Proper. That's a great question. Wow, great question. So back in the day, yes, there were enough of them. When this was one of the primary means of navigation, yes, there were enough of them that before you lost the signal from one, you could already start receiving the signal from the next one. Not everywhere, but in the popular routes, for sure, for sure. There were some more remote routes where they were too far away for you to receive, both at the same time. So you would stop receiving one, and like you said, exactly what you said, fly a certain heading for a while, because you're in the right direction. Eventually you will receive it. And then boom, you pick it up and make some adjustments, and there you go, right? That's a great question, man. I like that. What's that, Andrew? If you like the Spitfire here and on DCS, check this. Check what? Oh, David Lewis, you mean from jumping from one signal to the other? Thankfully, NDB Navigation is just slightly more relevant today than low-frequency radio range navigation. Exactly, single call. It's really not really done anymore. Not really done. But the foundation knowledge here is amazing, right? I think the situational awareness as a pilot that you can have by fully understanding NDB and VOR navigation is second to none. You can't get that by just learning GPS flying, Andrew, I think it's, oh, you're trying to do a link. Okay, yeah. Yeah, check out that instruction there, bud. No. You can't do the link here. There's the instructions for you to post it on Discord, and then we can get it from there. Okay, cool. All right, so we determined then that one good procedure is to put my heading up there, right? And then read the head arrow here, right? My QDM, read when that goes to 242, and at that point, make my turn, and then boom, I'm on the bearing. Okay, that works for sure. For sure. For sure. I still don't know if there's a scenario where I want to have something different than my heading set up there. We haven't come up with one yet. Maybe there isn't one, right? Oh, no worries, Andrew. Yeah, so basically we got attacked one day by a bunch of spam links, so we just disabled, man. Unfortunately. I've been learning VOR a lot lately, says Noiseboy Mike. Really gives a better understanding of navigation and maps. Many thanks to Moose Knuckle. Oh, that's awesome. Moose is an amazing guy, man. Moose is amazing. All right. In French Polynesia, you can do island jumping from NDB to NDB. It's fun. It is fun practice. That's awesome, David. That's awesome. Maybe we should do that sometime, huh? Maybe for the second NDB lesson. So, like I said, guys, we're not being exhaustive in NDB knowledge today, and that's because you can't fit
NDB in a 3-hour lesson. I mean, you could try, but that's a bad job, right? All right, so at least we got one procedure out of the way already, which is we just figured out how to intercept a bearing. I mean, that's what we did, right? We figured out that the way to do it is to match your heading on that little mag compass that we have here, right? Or a card. I should say it's not a compass, it's a card. And then just watch. Watch, we're going to start flying along. Let's see here. Size. I thought there was a way to make the plane fly. Oh, here we go. Sim speed. Let's go 10x. All right, so here's my aircraft coming down. And look, there goes the bearing, right? The bearing turning ever more towards 242. And I don't even need the map anymore. I already figured this out. I know that if my heading matches here, I just wait until this says the QDM I want, and then I turn. Right? Almost there. Look, almost there. I'm going to start my turn because I can't wait until I'm actually there. And if I time my turn right and roll out, that's, I mean, pretty close. It's not perfect, but it's close. What do I mean by that? Well, let me go to 1x here. My heading right now is almost 242. I have to go a little bit more to the right for it to be 242. So something like this, right? That's about 242. Okay. Okay. But look at my bearing here, or sorry, my needle. Is it perfectly straight up? No. No, it's not. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show the map. Because look, we're a little bit off here, right? That's why this needle is... So look, if I take the aircraft and put it smack dab on, then the needle is perfectly straight up. So what happened here is I started that turn, right? I was coming south. I started the turn early. And when I finished the turn, I'm not on the bearing. Thanks, Obana. I appreciate you answering that. And Single Coil. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now. What you can also determine from here, I'm going to exaggerate this just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because, Philippe, you mentioned this, and I'm going to change my heading just so it's exactly 240. There we go. Okay. So, Philippe, why am I talking specifically to you? Because you said, hey, the way to know the bearing you're on, right? The bearing you're on is you dial that up, and then you know, right? Well, I finished early, the turn. So, once again, now, this was my heading before south, but now that I finished turning, I can just once again match my heading, so it's actually 240. So let's go. 240. All right, now I match my heading. And now I can tell that, look at the head here, right? It's pointing to 220. And the tail is pointing to 040. So that means this 220 here is what I have to fly to go to the station. It's what I have to fly to go to the station. So that's another way for me to know, not only I'm not on the 242, but what bearing am I on? Well, I'm on the 040 QDR or 220 QDM. Confusing. I know. Keep listening. Keep hitting those keys. It will click. Okay. So I was actually over here, right? I was very close. Now this, my heading still said south. Remember that from the original heading, right? But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because look, now I know that, hey, I have to turn left. Now, what matters here is that if you just turn left and fly from there to the NDB, okay, you're going to fly to the NDB, but you're not on the correct bearing. You're not on the correct bearing. So, common practice, right? Once you turn, once you do a turn, come up down here and adjust your heading to match. Because now I know that, look, oh, okay, I'm not on the 242, right? As a matter of fact, if I put 242 on my heading, Let's do that. There, 242. Look, this is almost 10 degrees off. So not only I know I have to turn left, but I know that I'm about 7 degrees off. 6 degrees, 7 degrees. Let's see how many degrees. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. So 9, 8. 8, no? Yeah, 8 degrees. 8 degrees. Right? Okay, so not only this allows me to turn left to correct, but I know how much to correct it for. I think it's starting to get a little too confusing. I think it's time for a quick break. I'm gonna do a quick coffee. Let's get. Oh, I know what. For the break, I know what we should do. Yeah, right, Ninja. Our brains, after this long of this kind of stuff. Yeah. Let's take it easy for a bit, right? We need to rest a little bit. All right. So, let me see what I have. I always have some interesting videos. This is a pretty cool one. All right. So, let me put this video up. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'll put this video up and go make some coffee, and I'll be right back. All right? That show high the oak is blinking there. There we go. There we go. That's better. Hey, it stopped raining, by the way. Is it, oh! Weather's opening up a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, that's awesome, Havana. Nice. Exactly, Merlin. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, Philippe. Hey, there's more. There's more. Guys, it's just a quick break. I'll be back with more coffee, but it's also a mental break, right? Let some of that stuff sink in. When we come back, maybe we just get up in the aircraft, do a little flying around, and try to navigate a little bit. Yeah? Oh, that's awesome, Andrew. That's super cool, man. My 3D printer is kaput. I have an MK2 from Prusa, and for some reason it stopped working, so I can't do that right now. Oh, trying to shop my new work computer and learn this is challenging. Rod Thompson, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, boarding lounge, that's awesome. I love NDB, yeah. So let's come back and do some flying. But in the meantime, coffee time. So here we go. You've seen some of this. Oh, stand by. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? Oh. Do I have two? I have two. I didn't realize I was running 2 instances of Edge. Okay. Stand by. So let me get rid of this one. Actually, no, I need this one. We're going to swap it in here. From this to this. All right. All right. Let's do this. See you guys in a little bit. High speed nut, happy gardening.
I do not claim these clips as my own. All credit goes to the rightful video owners.
No more coffee. I went with juice. Yep. Yep. Oh man, look at this one. Mayday, mayday. This is not a bird strike anymore. This is a 727 with a light aircraft. This guy. This guy. I just realized I got my mic from DCS up here. No way, Skippo, are you serious? And I love the soundtrack for this one. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. No way, Kyber, are you serious? Oh, this is real, Moonfall, yeah. Oh, they can include the printed parts, Andrew. That's awesome. No way, guys. Are you serious? Are we running out of fuel? I didn't hear this.
That's it.
No
I
way,
hope
are you
enjoyed
serious?
Today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for new
Credit
episodes
where credit
and
is
leave
due,
a
right?
comment on what you think about the video.
You guys can tell that I don't really check world news very often because I find that stuff more depressing than anything. But then I miss out on stuff like this. Paddocks, hey man, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. I don't know. That didn't look like Mogadishu to me. Demo down. Fantastic. Fantastic, Kyber. That's all we needed, right? It's from the panic buying, right, Nick? You're right about that. You're right about that. All right, guys. So why don't we go for a small little flight, right? So here we are. This is Little Nav Map. We're here at Mary's Harbor. Beautiful, beautiful place in Canada. It's a gravel strip with 3 instrument approaches to it. Welcome to Canada. I love that, right? There's another airport right over here, Fox Harbor, right? But this is our airport because we have an NDB right here. It's not at the airport, by the way. Notice the NDB is across the bay, right? It's Mary's Harbor NDB. And this NDB, attached to it, has an NDB approach. Now, we're not going to start by shooting an NDB approach, guys. That's a little too complicated right off the bat. We're going to save this for the next time, more than likely. So today, what I want to do is I want to go up and just fly around the area just to using the NDB to figure out where am I? Am I north? Am I south? Where am I in relation to the airport? To Pixie. Because in Canada, airplanes are more important than here. More important than in a lot of places because there's less roads, right? So it's not as extreme as Alaska, but they're pretty important, especially to small little villages and populations out in the middle of nowhere. So even though it's a gravel strip, they got to get in. No way, Andrew. Are you serious? He doesn't own it anymore? And he doesn't own either anymore. Sounds like it. Oh, Moed, what's up, man? A single coil? Folks learn nothing from the toilet paper Armageddon 2020. Hey, Drunk Simming is here. Hello, buddy. How are you? Oh, that area is about a 2-hour drive north of my place. Oh, that's cool. Wait, Andrew, so you're not that far from Gander, are you? That's it, Moet. That is it. That is it. 737's landing in gravel. What? You've never seen that? Come on. You've never seen that? Seriously? Seriously?
How some Boeing 737s are equipped to land on gravel. Not all runways are smooth. Some are rough surfaces such as gravel, while others use grass or sand surfaces. This has implications for
Still
which
is, Nick.
aircraft can use them. A modification kit was offered to help the Boeing 737 with gravel runway landings. We unpack the details. Not all aircraft can safely land
Fox
on unpaved
Harbor.
surfaces, with the potential to damage the engines, gear structures,
Hey,
or
we're gonna have a
fuselage.
Twin Otter soon,
this
boys.
is usually limited to smaller aircraft
Let's go,
rather than
Aerosoft.
larger jets. One of the limited solutions made available, though, was for early Boeing 737 aircraft.
Oh, yeah, demo
From
down, come on.
1969, Boeing made an optional unpaved strip kit available for their 737-100 and 737-200 series
Mm-hmm.
aircraft. These kits made several modifications to the aircraft to enable them to operate more safely on gravel surfaces. There were also several guidelines for the
That's
type
not a
of
gravel
surface
surface.
suitable. These included generally smooth with no
I heard
bumps
mechanical.
raised more than 3
I heard.
inches.
Thank you, buddy.
Good drainage and no standing water. Surface material of at least 6 inches thick with no deep loose gravel. Kits offered several changes and additions to the 737 designed to protect the fuselage
Mephiston.
and the engines from
They're
gravel
just
damage,
as powerful.
and also to
Just as powerful. Well, okay, technically not, but they can be just as powerful as the bigger engines in the later 737s. Does anybody know why this engine is so skinny?
reduce wear and maintenance
Yes,
expense.
Andrew, that would be
These
amazing.
include deflectors added to the nose gear to
Look,
keep gravel
nose
from
gear
the
deflector
underside
there.
of the aircraft. This required modification to automatically align the deflector when the gear was lowered. Additionally, small deflectors added to the main landing gear to protect the flaps.
Because they're turbojets. They're not turbofans. The difference between a turbofan and a turbojet is you take this jet engine here, right? I mean, take the cowling off. Imagine the core of the engine where you have like all the blades, right? You have compressor blades, then you have turbine blades. Do you guys know how jet engines work? Should we have a stream about everything, man? We'll get there. Take the core of this engine right here, right? And then up front, attach a much bigger fan that is free to rotate because it's actually not mechanically connected to the engine. It's just spun by one of the turbines back here. So it's mechanically connected to a turbine back here, but that's it. It's free to rotate, right? Supermoto Dave, what's up, man? All right, Ninja, nice. Nice. Let's see here. Okay, so if you put a big fan up front, now you have a turbofan engine. So turbojets came before turbofans. We eventually figured out that, hey, you know what, dude? If you put like a big propeller looking thing here, but just put a lot of blades on it. And so it's not really a propeller, it's more like a fan. And let's put that inside the cowling too, instead of just being out in the airstream, because it'll be more efficient that way. And so all the air, imagine a huge fan in front of this engine right here, right? So some of the air going through this fan, like the air that's right in front of this hole, would go through the fan, go in the hole, and make the engine work. What about the air that goes through the fan up here and is outside of the engine? Well, it goes around the engine, and so that tube of air that goes around the core of the engine actually keeps the engine quieter, for example, because the jet engine really is only in the middle here, pumping out that exhaust, right? And this tube of cold air, because it's only traveled through the engine, hasn't burned anything, protects that jet exhaust noise from getting out full force into the atmosphere. So yeah, we're talking turbofans, DC, because they were talking about how little these engines are. So don't look at these engines and think they have less power. They don't. But you know what they have more of? Noise. Because they don't have that tube of air covering the exhaust that a turbofan does.
Metal shields placed over the brake
Got
cables
it,
and
DC.
hydraulic tubing on the landing gear. Reinforcement on the underside
Oh,
of the
Andrew, that's
flaps.
amazing, man.
Teflon-based paint applied to wing and the
What a
underside
place.
of the fuselage. An additional retractable light added. Vortex dissipators were fitted below the engines, and these prevent vortices forming, which could cause gravel to be ingested by the...
What? 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 Look right here. Look at that. You see that? That is a mini tornado sucking air from the ground up and bending it into the engine. You're going to see it right there. It's hard to see it apart on the ground. What they've done here is they put a spray that kills that vortex. It's literally a spray of air, right? That kills the other spray of air coming up. Stefan, we were, yeah.
These worked by blowing bleed air from the engines to break up vortices. The system should be operated both during takeoff and landing. These structural modifications have brought changes to the operating procedures and limits for the aircraft. For example, the maximum speed for gear operation was reduced and landing limits were placed on the use of reverse thrust. There were also guidelines for reducing tyre pressure depending on how soft the surface was. At peak level, there were over 2,000 Boeing 737 operations a year from unpaved runways.
Wow.
These were mostly runways in Alaska and Canada, many of them serving remote locations.
That's like 12 a day.
Airlines that have made use of the kits include Alaska Airlines, Canadian North, First Air, Air Inuit, Nolinor, and Air North. They were mostly fitted to the 737-200C,
Air Inuit,
the combi version, allowing easy conversion between passenger and freight use. As of early 2020, a few of these airlines are still flying 737s with unpaved strip kits.
Holy moly.
Nolinor
Still
Aviation
flying.
in Canada operates up to 9 737-200C aircraft, Air Inuit operates 4, and Canadian North operates 2.
That's unbelievable.
Alaska Airlines retired its 8 737-200C aircraft by 2007. These were replaced with 737-400 combi aircraft without any conversion for gravel landings. Unpaved strip kits have not been made available for newer 737s and are a rare sight now. Over time, many runways have been upgraded. This has certainly helped Alaska Airlines, for example, and the Northern Canadian Airlines do have other aircraft in their fleet that can land on rough surfaces. If you like this video,
that's a shame though, isn't it? That's a shame. Here, I want to see the actual landing just on this one. It's a huge video, but we're just going to see the landing.
Disengage. Confirm.
I think this is it. This is the gravel part. Maybe.
Correcting speed.
Man, it's a whole flight, huh? Oh my god, the dash 8 is amazing, man. Dash 8 is amazing. I can't wait for Majestic to release their Dash 8 for Microsoft Flight Sim. That's going to be another amazing airliner to have in the sim. Moet, Sam Chewy has a gravel, 737 landing on gravel.
The short final. Yep.
Oh, drunk. No, yeah, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Oh, look at this huge quarry beforehand. Oh man, I wish that was like here. Wouldn't it be cool to fly over a giant hole like that on short final? So yeah, it's a mining strip, this here. Ah, there's permafrost too. That could be it too. Oh my god, Andrew, I love that plane, dude. I flew that plane a lot in FSX and P3D. There we go, they're down. Oh, look at the dust. Look at the dust coming up from the reversers. Holy moly.
Knots.
It's a pretty smooth runway though, isn't it, for gravel?
60 knots.
Holy moly. That's amazing. That's amazing. Truck simming. Oh, I'm sure, DC, but still, you know? Clamshell thrust reversers, yeah, and you gotta watch them because they get real close to the ground when you deflect them. Mo, you gotta do it on Discord or send it to one of the mods, buddy. Where I did my private lesson, there was a massive quarry on one side of the runway. Terrifying your first time flying it. Yeah, I imagine. I can imagine. Alright, guys, so we're gonna get stuck in and do some NDB navigation. right? NDB Navigation. So remember, all we're going to do is just try to fly around and have fun trying to figure out where we are. So we have this little map here from Little Nav Map, but I'm not going to keep it on all the time. I'm doing it on now so we can, again, get a sight picture here. Look, runway's here. It's sort of east-west. NDB's here, right? There's water, little bays, and okay. So there we go. There's a decent mental picture of the area, right? No high terrain anywhere around here. I can go to Google Terrain just to be a little more descriptive, I think. So it's not flat, but I mean, there's no giant mountains around here is what I'm trying to say. It's not Norway, right? Where you have 3,000 foot fjords, right? I may have exaggerated on 3,000 foot. Okay, cool. Cool. So let's dial this up, first of all, 250. And we're going to put that in our ADF here. So 250 is going to go in. 250. Okay, everything is off, but I just want to get the frequencies right. That's going to be the only nav aid that's going to allow us to find this airport. I know the weather is opening up, but look, I can still easily get into the clouds here if I go high enough. So, who knows, right? I do want to determine what the wind is doing right now, so let's have a quick look at Sky Vector. All right, here we are. Mary's Harbor. So look at the weather, guys. Wind 330, 10, gusting to 18. Woo, okay. So I guess we're taking off to the west. 4 statute miles visibility. Oh, that's a code we don't see often. There's a dash or a minus sign and then UP. And then BR. BR? What is BR in a METAR? What is BR in a METAR? Bumpy ride expected. Maybe not. Maybe not. Demo down. One of my favorite movies ever. Definitely one of my favorite books, but one of my favorite movies ever. Unbelievable. Baby Rain? Battle Royale? Brume. Right. Brume from the French mist. So that's the BR. Brume. What is the UP? And I'll be 100% honest. I don't remember UP. Oh, Captain Scientist. Unknown precipitation. It's a raining man. Hallelujah, it's a raining man. No, that's not what that means. You know what that means? Usually, it's a combination of snow and rain. Goes outside. Hey, Godman Piccoli. Bom dia, tudo bem? Unknown precipitation. Fake Wayne, good job. Upper Peninsula, obviously. Oh, it's not pronounced that way, but thanks for trying. Really, Fog? I thought it was. So in Portuguese, it's bruma. That's where I was getting brume from. How do you pronounce it? And thanks for correcting me, by the way. I love it. Love it. By the way, you will see that a lot of METAR codes come from the French. That's right. Oh, it's hard to phonetically say it. Okay. May I attempt? May I attempt?
Brume. Brume.
Brume. I thought that's what I said. Whatever. Whatever. Brume.
Brume.
Oh no, I wanted mist because I wanted this, Vex. I wanted the word brume. Oh, fog. Okay, that I thought I pronounced exactly brume.
Brume.
Okay. All right. So, what else do we have here? Overcast at 1,000. All right, temperature 2. Dew point 1. Again, there's that transition. It's 2 degrees right now at the ground, but if we go up, it's going to go colder, right? So, yeah, there's a transition between rain and snow, and that's probably why the unknown precip is there. 2967, super low pressure. Wow, okay. Less U sound and more Y sound. Brume. Brume. Oh my God, Godman. Whew! Guys, Godman just said, your videos are the top of the galaxy. Godman, you gotta watch some other channels, man. Jacques Luzo. Hamburger? Hamburger. Brouillard. Interesting. Interesting. Merlin, I did not know that. I did not know that. Merlin with the knowledge bomb. Let's go, buddy. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. All right. So, we know what the weather is, right? It's overcast at 1,000. Can we get back in? Can we get back in? Well, this approach gets us down to 1,120. Yeah, that doesn't look good. But we have an RNAV that gets us down to 680. Right, so, push came to shove. If we had a GPS, we could do that. So I suppose, if we're going to be safe, we have to have some sort of GPS in here, right? Okay, all right, fine, fine, we'll do it. I don't like it, but we'll do it, just to be safe. Just to be safe. All right, so instead of the GPS 100, because I can't program that one, we're just going to do this. Some dual stuff. Should I do maybe just one? Or I could do the GTN too. I guess we'll do the GTN if we have to get back in. But I don't want the GTN to be on and showing me the whole map, so no. No. We're gonna go 530. And then I can keep it off if I want to. Guybrush. Thank you, buddy. Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you? Vex, haze is not BR. BR is brume, which is mist. Haze is, I think, HZ for haze, actually. What's the difference? Brume, mist, is wet. There's lots of water in the air. It's like fog, right? Haze is dry. Oh, Godman, yeah, we're teaching VOR and NDBs. Yeah, so we're teaching NDBs today. We have covered VOR, so if you want to go back and watch the VODs, we've had 2 days of VORs already. Hey, Chebul, thanks for the follow. Jim Brow with the follow. And Supermoto Dave, 100 bits. Hey, thanks, buddy. So, do that. And then today we're doing NDBs. This is cheating. No. Demo down. We're not going to use the NDB. No, the GPS. Are you kidding me? No, it's going to stay off. We're not using it. It's there in case I can't get back in with the NDB. Well, then I have to use that, here. Then I have to use that RNAV approach to actually be below the clouds to get in. So, Noise Boy. Dude, that's awesome. To Mechanical Madness. Hey, thank you very much, dude. You've already given out 8 subscriptions in this channel, Noise Boy Mike. Thank you very much, man. Oh, I just thought I could give you positive reinforcement. Thank you. Thank you. And by the way, I really like when people correct me. I really do. I really do. Because I like to do things right. I like to say things right, do things right. So, don't hesitate. Woo, DC, let's go. Day Friday. Very fine, thanks. End of théâtre. No, ooh. Okay, rehearsal is English. Do you say théâtre in French? And having your stream to watch and learn now. Oh, so all good. Oh, Guybrush, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, how did rehearsal go? Because you guys, Guybrush, I don't know if you guys know, Guybrush is an actor. He's a comedy actor. And it's been a whole year since they've done a play because of COVID. Now they're getting back to it, right? So Guybrush, is it rusty? Like, are you guys laughing at each other as you guys are trying to get back on stage and shaking off all that rust? Yes, smoke too. Oh my god, fog. And I do that with all languages. I thought, darn, I missed the first 2 hours of the stream, but we're still on the ground, so that's okay. Good morning, everyone. Ibanez, that's true, but you missed a good time, man. You know what you missed? Look at this. You missed this guy. We had a whole NDB simulator going to talk about NDBs. But that's all right, because we're going to use it again. We're going to talk NDBs again. Don't worry about it, buddy. Don't worry. We got this. We got this. We learned a lot, says Nick. Hey, that's great, man. So did I. So did I. I know, right, Mechanical? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, guys, so. Emo! Thanks for the follow. Hey, Bunnies. No apologies necessary, buddy. My OCD's kicking hard on that little nav map overlay. Because it's not centered? Because what is triggering you, David? Do NDBs have different transmit ranges like VOR? Good question, Mr. 90. Good question. Chat. Chat to the rescue. What's the answer? What's the answer? DC. We have no doubts. No doubts, buddy. Oh, it's just awesome to work. I feel like in holiday with friends. My coworkers I know since 20 years. It's just great, feeling all new. That's amazing. That's amazing, Guybrush. Hey, so glad to hear that, man. Let's go, right? Let's get back to it. Let's go. Right, so I don't know the answer with 100% confidence, okay? But here's what I'll tell you. NDBs seem to fall under sort of a huge range of, power, because obviously it's a radio station. The more power you feed in, the further away you can receive that radio signal, right? It's as simple as that. NDBs have a huge range, not a huge receiving range. Some do, some don't. What I'm saying is some NDBs have very little range. Some NDBs have giant ranges. It's all based on how much power is fed into those stations, and it seems to be a lot more variable than the standards we have in VORs. So, my experience flying in different places of the world, South America, Europe, the US, is that it's all over the place. And most importantly, East US, Skibbo. You can always do exclamation point server here. Most importantly, there's no chart that tells you the power of the NDB. Isn't that weird? Well, yeah, right. You expect those things in a map, David, but I get it. As a moving map, like an aviation moving map, you just want it to be just clean. I get it. I don't even know if I can do that. Can I get rid of these guys? Oh. Even the compass. David Lewis, I expect like 10 subscriptions for that. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Please don't do it. I'm joking. I shouldn't have made that joke. I'm sorry. DC is now completely triggered. Completely triggered. All right. Yes, Flame Waffle, yes. It can, Vinyl. It can. You can have 2D windows floating in VR. Depending on the VR software you use. Sold out. No, that's why I immediately corrected that, because I never want to be that guy, guys. I never want to be that guy. VORs are classified by service volumes, right? So, DC, that's not what I meant. There's no chart that shows you the power, but there are, in every chart, there's an indication in the US, there's an indication if it's a high, a low, or a terminal VOR, and those are indications of power because they're indications of range. Okay, guys, I say we go fly, right? Fire it up, let's go fly. I'm gonna get a refill before we do this. It's snowing in the sim, yeah, a little bit. Merlin, based on what?
Daytime? Is that what? Oh, yeah, because... oh, man. We're getting into such cool discussions. Daytime propagation. Why is Merlin talking about daytime, not nighttime? Guys, I will tell you. You can receive certain radios during the day and different radio stations during the night. Why? Magic, says New Test Leper. Ah, that's awesome. Oh, Rhodopsin, that sucks, man. Yeah, propagation through the ionosphere. Okay, old school. Okay, old school. Sounds like you know what you're talking about. Or actually, reflection off, right? Right? That's right. Well, I mean, I guess it's both. It's propagation and reflection. But why is it different during the day and nighttime? They have to sleep sometimes, says Captain Boo. There might be some science too. Yeah, maybe just a little, New Test. Maybe just a tad. Maybe just a tad. But most of it is magic. No doubt. Not solar flares, Mr. 90. Now, guys, let's be honest. Solar flares can absolutely impact any electromagnetic emission. But they don't happen that often. And every single night, what I said happens. Vex. I guess not if you understand it. Magic is what you can't explain. Andrew, where'd you find that information, bud? Was it in Little Nav Map? No, Little Nav Map doesn't seem to have that information. Cow farts. It's a union thing. So, I will be 100% honest. I don't know the answer. I don't always ask questions that I know the answer to. I think that's kind of boring. Because I like to learn too, right? And often chat knows the answer. And I've seen some different answers here. So I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I don't know. Maybe there's more than one answer. What is the answer, DC? Because, and by the way, how do I know this? I know this. Andrew, you can't do links here, buddy. Sorry. To learn more about this, go read the book for beginning, Ham Radio. Thank you, old school. Thank you, old school. Oh, DC already said something? Hold on. When the sun goes away, so does the ionizing radiation that creates the ionosphere. Yes, it's in the name. Right. But why does that ionizing radiation help, DC? Or why does it affect? Right? Yes. Better bounce on ionosphere. Thank you, Moet. That's it. Right. Fogg says it's called the ionosphere because the sun's rays hit this layer. Many of the atoms there lose electrons and turn into ions. Did you know? Did you know that an ion is an atom without its, what do we call, complementary number of electrons? So every atom out there has a number of electrons they like to have. And if you have more or less, you have an ion. Meaning it is a positive or negative. It is no longer magnetically neutral. You can pick up some radio stations better at night because the reflection characteristics of the ionosphere are better at night. That's right. Waves are literally leaving the ground, up, bouncing off of the atmosphere, the ionosphere, and then coming back down. Just like, you know how you look at a pond, and if the pond is really still, you don't really see through the water. You see a reflection of the sky, right? Because light is coming, hitting the surface of the pond, bending back, and hitting your eye. That's what the radio waves are doing with the ionosphere. They go up, they bounce, and they come back down. Hey, shortwave radio. You can talk to the other side of the world. But think about it. if you're sending out radio waves, how are the waves sent on one side of a sphere sent out, right? They're sent out. How are they getting to the other side of the world? How is that even possible? Well, because the signal leaves where you are, and it bounces off the atmosphere, and it bounces off the ground, and atmosphere and ground, and it keeps bouncing all the way around the world until you talk to whoever you're going to talk to.
Yep. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff, right? It's bouncing back, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Andrew, all right, man. Hey, Andrew, it's been great to have you. I really hope to have you back, buddy. Thanks for being here. Now, what gets not confusing, but gets pretty diverse is that different frequencies have different behaviors. So, for example, shortwave radio, right? Ham radio can do this bouncing off the ionosphere all around the Earth. High frequencies can't do that. High frequencies go right through it and out into space, so they don't bounce. So high frequencies, the antenna that's receiving has to see the antenna that's transmitting. If it's, for example, around the curvature of the Earth over here, and you transmit out here, it's not going to bounce, so you're not going to receive it. So VHF radios that we have in aircraft are line-of-sight radios, right? HF radios, not very high frequencies, just high frequencies. Those are small enough frequencies that they bounce off the atmosphere, so those can travel really large distances. Yeah, it started raining fly off. It's awesome, isn't it? The simplest explanation is that the Earth is flat. Oh, about a 40 megahertz. Yeah, that's the cutoff. Okay, DC, that's awesome. Sobol incorporated on his... no, he's joking. Always learning, mechanical. Hey, to me, that's one of the goals in life, is to never stop learning. But although you can pick up an NDB at greater distance, the accuracy can be affected. It's one of the errors associated with NDBs. Plus, I was going to say lightning. You did it, Burley. Plus, lightning and coastal refraction for memory. Yeah, I think there's one more, but I can't remember. I don't remember. I didn't even know coastal refraction. But lightning strikes, yeah, they affect the NDB. No, they affect the ADF. The ADF, right? This radio that we have over there is receiving NDB signals and then turning this arrow right here to show you where this station is. But when lightning strikes not too far from the aircraft, the needle will turn to the direction that the lightning struck. Yeah, lightning can attract this needle. Yep. Well, Ninja, I don't think it's a question of how hard it would be. It's just that anytime they do anything in the sim, they break everything. Right, so, two-tone. It doesn't have to be stronger. The difference between VHF and UHF is frequency. VHF is very high frequency. UHF is ultra high frequency, meaning the frequency is even higher, which means it bounces even less. So UHF communications go right through the atmosphere. They have to be line of sight. They don't bounce, right? But they are higher frequency than VHF. And so again, you have some pros and you have some cons. Oh, yeah, for sure, Ninja. Here in 5 minutes, I learned more than 2 hours physics lesson. Oh my God, Cebu, are you serious? That's incredible, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right, refill time. I'll be right back. In the meantime, yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I gotta run an ad. You're right. I always forget the ads. Ads. Sorry, guys, if you're not a subscriber, I have to run an ad. But if you are a subscriber, you wouldn't see the ad. So consider subscribing. I'll see you in a bit. All right. Contractual obligations. That's right. That's right. Did you really, DC? Yeah, it's all in the professors.
There we go. UHF is 300 to 3 gigahertz. 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz. So, DC, does that mean that UHF then reaches even shorter ranges than VHF? Or as long as they're line of sight, VHF and UHF perform the same? Ah, yes. AM, FM, mechanical. Great question. Great question. Think about it. Think about a radio station you know. What frequency is that? Right? You hear those ads, right? You know. And don't forget this Sunday, we're doing a giveaway. So dial in 109.3 megahertz. Actually, 109 is too high for an FM radio station. I think FM ends at 107? DC, help me out. Oh, I see. I see. With direct line of sight, same. VHF can go a little bit further beyond line of sight. Okay. Ah, terrain error is the other one. High terrain, like hills and mountains, can reflect radio waves. Yes, yes. I think that's kind of a given, right, Merlin? I think most people know that terrain deflects most radio waves. But if there's magnetic deposits, okay, I see what you're talking about. Got it. Hey, Janice, funny you talk about radio, and I'm headed out Thursday and Friday to operate ham on 20 and 40 meters. That's amazing. Line of sight for VHF and UHF, and range also based on power output. 107.9, 108, I think, says Murphy. Okay, right. So, FM is megahertz, right? Just like VHF for aviation. And it's just the frequency below, so it stops at 108. Guys, think about it. Think about it. ILS is VORs. What are the frequencies you've seen there? What are the lowest frequencies you've seen? Have you ever seen an ILS that's 98 megahertz? I see, DC. That's interesting. In the audio world, UHF transmits shorter than VHF, which makes sense. Typically, the higher the frequency, the shorter the range. Oh, you know how we all know this? But the professor sucks at explanation. That sucks, Sebo. I'm really sorry for you, man. It's a guy working in a lab mainly, so don't have that much contact with students. Yeah, that sucks. Sebo, you know my recommendation to you? Go online, find some teachers, find some good people online, and follow them and learn with them. Rhodopsin, yes. Yes. But guys, you know how we know that the higher the frequency, the worse the penetration? Come on. Guys, come on. Some of you are using it right now. Where have we learned that the higher the... Yes, Wi-Fi. The higher the frequency, the higher the speeds. But the worse the penetration. Right? 5 gigahertz does not go through the walls in your house as well as 2.4 did. Right? Exactly that, Noise Boy Mike. Exactly that. Wavelengths matter big time. Big time. That's the way the universe works, right? So, we've learned all this stuff and we use it in aviation, but it's nice when you kind of correlate these things and you realize that, like, whoa, those FM radio stations are transmitting frequencies just below the ILS and VOR frequencies, and those are just below the voice frequencies that we use for comms. It's all part of the same spectrum, guys. Yes, old school, exactly. Ah, mechanical, that's awesome. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. The question is, will my tinfoil hat block VHF and UHF? The bigger question, Two-Tone, will the implant they put in your brain when you were born be able to transmit out of that tinfoil hat? That's what you really want to know. That's why they put 5G repeaters in with the vaccine. That's right, Merlin. That's right. That's the answer to all these questions. Full Faraday cage for life. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. All right, guys. I'm going to get a refill. In the meantime, check this out real quick.
Hey guys. Welcome back to I do not claim these clips as my own. All credit goes to the rightful video owners.
Oh! Yeah, very windy. Sil, come on, man. Come on, you're not dumb. Pistias. That doesn't sound like a good expression. Yeah. Ha. Oh, and let me see. Oof. Jesus, that's a lot of wheels. Oh gosh. All right. Well, yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Family stream. Oh, the lowest frequency stuff I worked on was E-band. The portables had these really long helicoil whip antennas. They were from 70 to 90 megahertz. Yeah, that's right. The longer the frequency, the longer the antenna. As a matter of fact, in small aircraft like an Arrow like this, if you want HF, like you're crossing the ocean, some people do that, right? They'll cross the ocean on a plane like this. Hey, girl. You know what you do? You open the window. You literally... Hold on, girl. I need this track IR here. You open this little window here, right? And drag a aerial antenna cable behind you for like whatever length you need it to be for the frequency. But I mean, it flies past the aircraft back. Like, it's big. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Trailing wire antenna, right? And you put it out, literally feed it out the window when you have to talk on the radio, and then pull it back in when you're done. Hey, Demmer, what's up, man? Yeah, Janice got it too. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Leviathan, it's awesome, isn't it? Yes, it is Shadow. Mm-hmm. Hobana, you're right. You are correct. You are correct. Hold on one second. One second. Oh, okay. Well, all right. I guess I have to just show you this. Slight crosswind. Just a little bit. Just a little breeze, they said. Yeah, Guybrush. Now, look at this. What is he doing? The wind's coming from the left, right? he is going to the upwind side of the runway because he knows that when he takes this crab out, the wind is going to push him downwind. So if he wants to touch down in the middle of the runway, he has to start decrabbing on the left side of the runway. Yeah? Look, he's taking the crab out. Taking the crab out. The wind is carrying him. Some little crab still in. And he's about to touch down on the center line. A little bit off, but not bad. And now the problem begins. Because once you touch the wheels down, the wheels want to go this way. But because of the vertical tail, the plane wants to weather vane and face into the wind. And that can be, as you have seen in the sim, very hard to control. Oh, weather vaning again. Weather vaning again. No, get back to the runway. Okay. Looks like me landing. Hey, Scott, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? How are you? Yes, exactly, Scott. Exactly. And he does, right? This plane's previous attempt to land was aborted, producing a dramatic go-around. Well, this was a dramatic landing. Yes, exactly, Scott. Watch this. Watch how the wind picks up under his upwind wing and just lifts the aircraft up. Watch, he's still gonna touchdown, and now the wind picks up that wing and goes, yeah, buddy, you're not gonna touch that left landing gear down at all. Wow. Oh my god, can you imagine it, Bunnis? That's why you go aileron into the wind, that's right. We do this with no wind. Mechanical, I know, right? Looks like a group flight. Oh my god, that's amazing, Janice. I'm looking at the balloon supporting the wire. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh my god. All right, so time to go fly, isn't it? Yes, it is. Leviathan, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Shadow, are you gonna go fly with us? Okay. All right, well, it's our typical day in the Arrow. So, let's go battery on. I don't need this guy. I wonder, can I turn this off? Well, I could pull the circuit breaker, right? Totally could. Hold on. Sorry, Shadow. There we go, a little flashlight action. Stall, air conditioner, rotating beacon, pitot heat, turn and bank, pitch trim, star, okay. Radio lights, nav 1, nav 2, audio panel. Come on, 2. Okay, I wonder which one of these has the GPS. I know, Noiseboy Mike, me too, man. Hey, ABC, what's up? ABC, we've been talking NDB all morning. All morning. Yeah, Scotts, this is a third-party aircraft, but it's phenomenal. It's the Piper Archer, and it's so good. It's the best plane for the sim right now if you're into general aviation. No question about that. No question about that. Yeah, there is a turbo one coming up. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Scott, you have no idea about the amount of detail and functionality in this aircraft is insane. Watch this. The noise is just amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff. This is the Arrow. This is the Arrow. Did I say Archer? My bad, it's the Arrow. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna pull circuit breakers until I can kill. Let's see, nav 1. Nope. Nav 2, com 1, com 2. No, right, those are just through the GPS. What does that say? DME, transponder, radio lights. Oh, you can... It is not modded, Hobana. It is not modded. No. Yeah, I know that's how you do it in real life, but it's not modded, unfortunately. I tried Com1. GPS still working. I just want to get rid of the map. I don't want the map
Now, look, I can do this. I can just do this, right? But I wanted to turn it off. All right, cool. Well, we're using up our battery, so we got to get going here. So let's make sure our area is clear. Okay. Yep. Now, fuel. We are pretty low on the left, but we have about 18 gallons on the right. So we're going to go right tank. Trim is neutral. Okay. Let's use flaps 10 just so we set it up. Prop full forward. We're going to go mixture full rich and then turn on the fuel pump. And when we turn on the fuel pump, boom, look at the fuel pressure. Coming up. Okay. Back on the mixture. Clear prop. We're going to start. Give it a couple seconds. Make sure nobody's crawling out from under the plane. And then we have our starter up here, which is now feed it fuel. And she starts. Oil pressure is up. Good. That's a good start. So we turn on the alternators. Beacon. Always forget the beacon, don't I? I'm going to turn the lighting light on right away. And I need some lights for me radio. There we go. And instruments. Alright, very good. I can close this guy. Let's go to 1,000 RPMs. Actually, 1,500 RPMs to let the engine warm up, because oil is pretty cold right now. That's 1,600. Let's go back to 1,500. There we go. Alright, so ADF is off. Let's turn it on and see, are we receiving? Not yet. Could be that on the ground we're not going to pick it up. Doesn't look like we're receiving it. Okay. But that's correct. 250 is our frequency. Let's turn, this is on, COM1 is on, NAV1 is on, okay. Or sorry, that's actually COM2. It says COM1, but I think it's COM2 because this is COM1. Okay, stand by on the or the transponder. And local altimeter setting, there we go, 0 and pretty much 0. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think we're good there. I'm gonna have the pitot heat on because it is pretty cold. It's close to 0 degrees and we might get into the clouds, so I'm just gonna have that on. Okay. Hey, Hawks, what's up, man? How's it going? Oh, alright. Hey, Drunk, take care, man. Enjoy your supper. Forget the beacon is better than what I do. I always forget to turn the alternator on. DC, I forget that too, buddy. I forget that too. Alright, I'm gonna start the timer. There we go. Brakes off. And I'm gonna go strobes on because we're gonna take off from here. Right? What's our... Well, so the oil temperature is still cold, but it's in the green, which means I can take off. Alright, so we're just gonna take off, get her up in the air, and then just try to find where we are. Like, we have this little map here, right? But we're gonna try, without the map, we're gonna try and find out where we are just by looking at our NDB, or sorry, our ADF receiver. Alright. 2,000 RPMs, I'm gonna check engine parameters then. I should probably do a quick run up, to be honest. I forgot to do a run up. So there we go, 2,000 RPMs. So let's go left mag. A drop of about 100, 110 maybe. Right. Stays the same. Go back to both. Exercise the governor. Oh. Man, she's dropping faster than before, I think. And one more time after it gets back to 2,000. Okay. Check the mixture is working. Yep, definitely NGT is moving and the engine even gets cut. Okay, and then check idle. Oh, vacuum. Low, but good. 4.7. And then idle. Oh, the sounds are amazing, Hawks. The sounds are amazing. Doesn't like when two red switches next to each other are not in the same position, so I always remember the alternator. Ninja. Ah, yeah, I don't use a DC. I like the full sound. I like the full sound. Alright. Idle is good. We're good to go. So let's go to 2,000. Okay, so we have fuel, flaps. Okay, we're good. A little bit more. I got good oil pressure, good oil temperature. Brakes off, full power. Engine gauge is still good. A lot of left rudder needed. Airspeed is alive. 50, whoa, 60. Oh man, her rudder is a little bit of a piece of work right now. Okay, interesting. Positive rate. We're not gonna land straight. Gear up. And flaps up. Okay, she's pulling to the right quite a bit. Quite a bit. I'm gonna do some left rudder trim to help with that. All right, we're about to get into the soup here. I'm gonna do a little left turn. Ah, that'd be nice, Ninja. Yeah. Yes. Yes, although, where is the switch? I know I have it, but I don't know where the switch is. And no, I don't have the latest 052, because apparently there was a bug. Oh, is that the switch? No. Oh, yeah, Ninja, I know. Hey, Slayer, what's up, man? How's it going? All right, we took off from back there. We have a beacon. And let's go 25 manifold pressure and 25 on the prop. Fuel pump can come off. And we're gonna stay on the right tank. There's 2,000 feet. To the left of the transponder. Oh, I see. Nav GPS. Got it. Thank you. Alright, so let's have a look at that approach chart, shall we? Alright, and what I'll do is I'll turn this on just so we can see, like, we're here right now, right? I'm not sure that's correct. I don't think that's correct at all. This isn't correct. Interesting. Let's see if on a different chart it shows. Nope, same. Oh! The app is frozen. Hold on. Let me restart the app. Yes. Thank you, Navigraph. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, we got it going now. We got it going. I know, right? Mechanical, first time I've seen it. First time I've seen it. Oh, hi, Shadow. No way, Leviathan. Really? Uh-oh, icing. Bad, bad, bad. We're going down. That's my alert that the gear isn't down and the power is at idle. So it's fine. I don't have to worry about it. That was not such a good idea, was it? Not such a good idea. There's the airport straight ahead. Did it to you last night. Interesting. Flying the paint off my arrows, Fabio. It spoiled every other GA airplane. Yes, Slayer. Isn't it amazing? It is amazing. The icing's getting worse. I want to get her down now. Do not want to screw around with ice. I can't see the airport anymore. Where'd it go? I thought it was to my left. Is it back there? I think it's back there. Yeah, so Lefty, I came from no ice, right? Wait, is that it? That's not it, is it? I came from no ice, meaning when I was climbing, initially I had no ice, right? And then eventually I got into icing, which tells me that, hey, no, that's not it. It tells me that, hey, where you were before, lower, there was no ice, and now there is. So let's go to where there was no ice. So basically, it's like you're coming from no ice, and you went into ice. Well, go back to no ice. Sometimes that means turning around, because you haven't changed your altitude. You just kept flying, and all of a sudden, you got icing. But hey, you were flying 2 minutes ago, and there was no icing there. So go back there. So turn around 180. If you're climbing and you get ice, descend. So now I'm totally lost. I'm trying, without looking at the map, I'm trying to find references around here to see where the airport is. But I am completely lost at the moment. Amazing how you can lose an airport that fast. Wait, no, that's not it. Amazing, amazing how you can lose it that fast. Hayden, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Well, it should, but it looks like this NDB isn't working in the sim for some reason. Oh, how did that happen? Did you guys see that? I had 250 in here before. How did that happen? Look, there it is. There it is. Now we got it. But DC, honestly, I was trying to find it just visually. Lolilo, what do you mean by that? Yeah, exactly, Garlo. But I don't know how. I didn't do it. Maybe I put the mouse over and like scrolled by mistake. I don't know. Scooter, maybe. Oh, ask ATC. Yes, you can ask ATC. Definitely ask ATC for help. Definitely ask ATC for help. Spatsy, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that. And if 75 is the year that you're born, you are only 1 year older than I am, sir. But I'll call you sir, because you're my senior. The cat did it. I know, right, Flying Off? I think so too. I think so too. All right, so I still haven't looked at a map. I still have no idea where I am. Moet, good. Whoa, whoa. There, beacon. Look, white and then green. Yep, that's an airport. That's an airport. That's how you locate an airport. If it has a beacon. In a Wawa. That'd be great. That would be great. Look, it is melting now. It is melting now. What's the temperature? Oh my god, it's literally like 1 degree. It's just above freezing down here. Which means up higher it's colder and therefore freezing. DC, so weird. I have like 12 degrees of left trim rudder and she's still turning right. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Yeah, Flying Waffle. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike. Ah, thanks, Scotts. Appreciate that. No, the fan is not on. I'm not using defrost. I'm just toughing it out, man. The fuel is all right, guys. We're on the right, and we had 18 gallons to start with. We're like 16 gallons. We got plenty of time. Yeah, the left has been empty since Monday, actually. Oh yes, Lolilo, of course. Of course, buddy. I'm on East US, and you can hit exclamation point route to get the airport code that we're at. And I even got the orientation here, so I'm gonna enter a left downwind for that runway as the ice melts, right? Actually, as the ice is melting, I'm okay. I can just do NDB navigation now. Look, the airport's back down there somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there. Hello. Here's the airport. Oh, Rhodopsin. Jesus, I didn't even think of that. Oh my god. How did I not think of that? You guys are so right. And the sim is so good, right? Both this aircraft and the sim itself. So look, I have way more fuel on the right, 16 gallons now or so. Whoa. Then on the left. On the left, I have almost 0. So the plane is heavier on the right. So of course that without any trim, she's turning right because the right wing is heavier than the left wing. Ah, what a doofus I am. Yeah, dingus, exactly. Exactly. But guys, I hope that all these faux pas and mistakes and stupid things I do on stream, I hope they help you guys learn. You know what I mean? Like, don't make the mistakes I make. That's the whole idea. Hey! Dog's Breath, what's up, buddy? What is up? They're very helpful, yes. What is Scott's? I'm not sure. A streamy cautionary tale? Alright, guys, so let's NDB a little bit, yeah? Okay, so look. Where is the NDB? Well, remember, the very most basic thing you can do with NDB is just fly towards the head, and you're gonna fly towards the NDB. So let's do that. Yes, Wolf. Exactly, Wolf. Exactly. It's so you know what not to do. So look at the needle there on the bottom left, right? I'm gonna put it up, and notice I didn't turn the card at all, but it doesn't matter, guys. Just put that needle straight up, and you're gonna fly towards the NDB. Now, maybe we can see the NDB here outside, maybe not. I don't know if the satellite imagery is gonna be good enough for that. But look, oh, the needle is swinging. Oh, we just passed it. So it's got to be back there. Oh, it's that little hut. Did you see that hut? It's that little hut. Hold on. I'll go back to it. It's pretty, okay, sounds good, Lilo. It's pretty turbulent, by the way. And look, most of the ice has melted. Temperature, yeah, just about 2 degrees now. All right, let's go back. So look at the needle, right? I'll turn until that needle is facing straight up. There we go. And now we're flying to it. And I'm pretty sure it's a little hut that we saw on the hill. Watch. See this little hut right there? Watch the needle. Watch the needle as we leave it just to our left, okay? Look at the needle. See? Yep, that's it. So we found the NDB. Yippee! Well, but at least we figured out that this whole, like, navigating to the NDB is pretty easy. I don't care what the card says, right? I don't care what the card says. Just make sure that the needle is pointing up and you're going towards the NDB. That's easy. Right, exactly, Rhodopsin, exactly. So now that we know how to fly to it, right? Let's do something else. Now, let's move the card to my heading, to my current heading, right? And then we're gonna use the arrow to figure out what QDM and QDR we are from or to the NDB. A beaver family managing the NDB pretty much, Moet. Moose Knuckle is a wizard.
He is the bomb. Most patient person and so informative. Truly a blessing to fly with. Moose Knuckle, let's go, buddy. In a way I can understand, it doesn't make me feel like an idiot if I have to ask again. Slow clap. Yeah, DC, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. Ah, Mike, whatever. I don't see it that way, DC. Here's how I see it. Here's how I see it. By the way, some snow flying by here. Very little, but I see some, right? It's just that the way you explained is not the way that person understands. Everybody has a different learning style, right? Everybody understands in a different way. So, that's all it is, bud. It's not that you did a bad job. Just try a different way. Just try a different way. Alright, so what I'm doing now... Look, right here, right? I'm gonna stay on this heading right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn on my heading autopilot. Whoa. There we go, heading of 220. Boom. And heading. Go ahead, baby. Yep. Okay. And now, once it gets to a heading of 220 and stays there, I'm going to turn this card. Well, I already know it's going to be heading 220, so I'm just going to turn it now. Alright. She's fighting a little bit the turbulence here, but it's okay. We'll get there. 220 on this card. Okay. And now, look, my heading is 220. Whoa, Surge Modular! Buddy, thank you very much, Serge. I don't think I know you, man. Wow, for 2 months in advance. Let's go, Serge. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that, and nice to meet you. Hey, Pedrogla. 2 players, 1 console, CWB or CWB Chopper, and Sped Z75. Thank you for the follow, guys. All right, here we go, guys. Look, heading 220, right? She's up and down on the altitude. That's okay. She's just trying to find her balance, but that's fine. What matters is the heading 220 and this card set to 220 because look, now I can go in here and say, look at the arrowhead. You see that? You see how it's pointing to 005, 006? That's the QDM. This is the QDR. So currently we are just south of the station. Does that check out? Does that check out? Oh, hello! Look at the station up there, guys. Let me get rid of this. Look at the station, and we're here. We're almost straight south from the station. Okay, okay. I see how that works. I see how that works. You guys see that? How are we doing there? We're doing okay. Merlin says, Dan, you are a good instructor. Plus, apologies for keeping prematurely hitting the enter button on my iPad. Oh, wait, Merlin. Oh, if you can explain it a different way that clicks with the student, then you're a good instructor. Yes. And don't worry, man. iPad, we all know how typing an iPad is. So, that's awesome, Merlin. That's really awesome, buddy. And you're right. At least you made the person curious enough to ask a second time. What a great way to look at it, David Lewis. That is so true, man. Does it show relative bearing? So, Remso, you tell me. You tell me, buddy. Heading 220, the card is set to 220, and there we go. You tell me. By the way, watch this. What's that bearing right there? The QDR? You guys tell me, what QDR are we on? Okay, about 200. This here is 201 magnetic. 201 magnetic. And look at us. Right? I can move this around, right? So we can try a different one. So let's try, look. I want to find the 170. 170, okay? I want to know when I'm on the 170. Okay. Okay. I hear you. Let's do that. I'm going to turn.
right? Because I gotta go back that way. It's behind me. Remember the map? Whoops. Remember the map? So I'm gonna turn. And let's see what heading I end up with, because that heading has to enter here so that I can then read my QDR, QDM, right? Yeah, Mr. 90. Exactly, Mr. 90. Right. No, I think it was WhatsApp. DC, I use WhatsApp. Alright, so let's say a heading of 080, right? Which means I can turn this card already to 080. Oh, I went the wrong way. Shorter the other way. Flaxen36, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Alright, 080. Alright. And we're about to get on the 080. We're not there yet. We're about to get on it. Okay, cool. Okay, so what's my QDM and QDR? And remember, what am I trying to determine? I'm trying to determine the 170. 170. So how am I going to know when I'm on the 170? What is this going to look like? Younger knees would be great. Ah, Scott. Yeah, Scooter. Scooter, did you know that like the entire world uses WhatsApp except the United States? As always, we find a way to be different. Ah, Mr. 90, yes. So when the tail shows 170, we should be on that 170. Let's see. Let's see. Look, I'm flying towards it. I am flying towards it. That's over here. Let's see if they line up. We're just learning NDB Navigation. Let's see if they line up. Yeah, Scooter, like everybody around the world uses it. It's insane. And it's so good, right? I don't know how much you use it, but it's so much better than other messaging apps. It's remarkable that people in the United States don't use WhatsApp. Really, Mike? I thought they were actually one of the tightest apps out there. So tight that, like for example in Brazil, drug cartels will use it, right? When they're fighting the police, the military, they're having a battle and they'll use WhatsApp to communicate. The Brazilian government will have WhatsApp, shut down WhatsApp in Brazil to not let the drug dealers communicate during battles. That's what I'm saying, Aiden. I think it's one of the tightest apps there is, Noise Boy. Yes, it does, Nick. And I think it's all 128-bit too. Hi, Aiden. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Guys, are we there? No, look, the tail has to be a 170. There's 150, 155, 160, 165, 170. When the tail is at 170, I should be on the 170 bearing from that station, right? Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Wow, an anonymous subscription given to Coffee Break and Talk. Now, I don't know if you're actually trying to get me to have a break so we can have coffee and talk, or if you just like Coffee Break and Talk. But anonymous, whoever that was, thank you. That's really nice. Appreciate that. Oh, almost there. Almost there. Yeah, Merlin, that's the problem. Facebook bought WhatsApp and I was like, oh, God, that's like Microsoft buying Discord. Please don't. Yeah, Mike, I get it. Yeah, Merlin, I hear you too. I hear you. Guys, are we there? Just about. I'm literally gonna wait until it's like right on, and then I'm gonna flip little nav map on, and we'll see if we got it right. Wait, they didn't... Wait, that's off now? Fort? Okay, ready? 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 Couple more movements, couple more. There's one... Okay, that's it. Oh! Oh! Lo and behold. Lo and behold. There you go. And now it's passed. Look, now we're on the 168, 167. Right? So. They declined $10 billion. How to know you have a valuable app in your hands? You decline a $10 billion offer. Oh, Tickle. Oh! That is a major move. Wow. Wow. All right, guys. We're towards the end of this stream, right? We have a few minutes to go. But I did accomplish most of what I wanted to accomplish today, which is the very basics of NDB navigation. It's actually not even navigation, it's understanding. We did a little bit of navigation here, but it's understanding, right? What I wanted to get down today were those concepts that are hard to get, those concepts that you have to keep hitting and keep hitting and keep hitting until it becomes, oh, yeah, that makes sense. When that happens, we're good. But it takes a while. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, Tickle. At that point, listen, why is SpaceX a private company? Oh, no, Redupson, are you serious? Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I have migraines, too. I'm so sorry. No, not just no, DC. I mean, that's true. That's true. Yes, Tico is right. Look, if SpaceX went public right now, we probably would never get to Mars. When a company goes public, that company has sold out and is purely in it to make money. Sorry, that's my take. I don't like when companies do that. I get it. I get the whole, but we get more money to invest. Yeah, right. That's why you're doing it. Is so you can continue to grow as the company you are, sure. Demo down. That is not true. That is not true. SpaceX is highly profitable. Highly. But all their money goes back into R&D. Yeah, SpaceX is making a ton of money, but they're investing literally every single dollar back into future projects. Which is the way to do it, obviously. Obviously, right? Wolf! You're a madman. You are a madman. Wolf. Hey, one last thing before we finish the stream. One last thing. What QDR? No. Hold on. All right. Hey, this now I did not teach you how to do. This now is going to test your own brain. I am not going to update this card here at all. And yet, for 500 points and a chance to get into the bonus round. Oh my god, Wolf. Let's go. Okandoha, thank you for the follow. What is my QDR? Tell me now. What is my QDR from that station? Let's hear it. Coffee break and talk. Hey, what? Thank you, Anonymous One. Anyway, it's time for coffee break. Hello, coffee break. Enjoy the subscription, buddy. 175 says, Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye. Careful, careful, careful. You are reading the tale. I love it. But you can only do that if this card matches your heading. That's a catch. That's a catch. If you turn this to match your heading, then yes. I did not turn it on purpose. I wanted to make it harder for you guys. Merlin says 135. I'm going to stop right here. I know you all had a look. Boarding Lounge says 135. Mr. 9 says 130. Rodobson said 031. And Mechanical says 034. Guys, show your math. How did you come up with those 031, 034? Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Yeah. Yep. 130 to 134. I actually don't know why it does this. I don't know why it has a variation there. That's kind of odd. They're both magnetic. Whatever. No, Ibanez, no. 180 would have been 050. Would have been 050. Hey, Singleton, what's up, man? What is up? How's it going, buddy? Ugh. Why don't apps remember their size? That's just... It's not just you. It happens to me, too. Apps just don't like remembering their size. I don't know why. I don't know why. No. This. David Lewis. 40 plus the difference between top and QDR. Okay, Mr. 90. And Mr. 90, you got 40. You got 40. Tail of needle tells you the truth for the radio. Then look across to HSI to see what the tail of the needle will be pointing to. Yes! Yes, look. If this card does not match that card, use that card. Transpose this needle. Look, it's pretty much pointing at the side here. Well, the side here is pretty much 130, right? You see that? Come on, guys. That's how you do it. Use your brain. Transpose stuff. Use what's available to you. Be creative. Be creative. Don't feel like everything has to be spoon-fed to you. You have to go out and get it. All right? $40 from heading because the QDR was east. Okay. 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 It is noon. It is noon, DC. It is time for this stream to end. Time for this stream to end. And for us to have a break before our DCS stream. So guys, this afternoon, my time afternoon, could be whatever for you, but it is 1700 Zulu. We have a 3-hour DCS. It's going to be a love fest, basically, right? Because we're going to continue training in F-18, but now we're into the weapons. We are blowing stuff up. Who knows what we're going to finish today? We might even get stuck into a mission. You never know. And if you're not into DCS, or if you're not available this afternoon or coming up, then tomorrow we're back into Microsoft Flight Simulator. But tomorrow, we have a treat for you. Tomorrow we have a treat for you. Originally, we were going to fly the CRJ in Japan and have some fun with Ibex, the CRJ 700 operator in Japan. But instead, we have a replacement stream that was supposed to happen last week. Didn't happen because somebody had to be in the simulator to get her currency up, whatever. So it's happening this week. So Katie Pilot, another streamer here from Twitch, and Jeppison, who's created an amazing rendition. It's a payware rendition of Falcon Field, an airport in Phoenix, Arizona, where Katie Pilot learned to fly in the real world. Jeppison is going to show us the airport that he's about to release. Katie's going to walk us through the airport and basically show us where she learned to fly, right? And then Jeppison is going to show us how sceneries like that are actually built. It's going to be amazing. It's a dev chat. We've had 2 dev chats already in this stream, in this channel. We're up to our 3rd one. And let me tell you, it's a pretty cool one, man. It is a pretty cool one. I can't wait. Oh, yeah. Falcon Field, man. That's right. Oh, the dev chats are amazing, Serge. Thanks for saying that. Thanks for saying that. Oh, Lolly Law, that's awesome. Well, she'll be here tomorrow. She'll be on our stream tomorrow talking to us all about Falcon Field, how she learned to fly, and how she got to the airline that she's now. So if you have an interest in how to do that, Katie's going to be here tomorrow talking about that. And then following up, Jefferson is going to show us how he built Falcon Field for Katie and her stream, and for you, because you're going to be able to buy that field too. All right, guys. As usual, I'm not going to raid right now. We're going to save the raid for the end of the day, but I am going to take a break. We're going to come back at 1700 Zulu, flipping everything over from Microsoft Flight Simulator to Digital Combat Simulator, where we're going to fly an F-18 into combat. That's right. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all the knowledge that was spread today. I hope that today gave you the first step into understanding NDBs. I guarantee you, not everybody understood it. That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. We're going to hit it again and again and again and again. And you will get it. All right? Just keep coming back. Keep working out. You will get it, no problem. Nice, Noise Boy. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. See you all in the DCS stream. All right, guys. Love you. I hope you have a good day. I hope to see you this afternoon. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.